Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Lorval Gaming LVG right back. So today I am going to show you how to get started on Destiny 2 for those that are just starting or they're just gonna get into it now in the new season for season 11, or that's gonna be for any new players really, what we call kindergartens. The beautiful kindergartens. Being new on Destiny 2 could be very overwhelming. So what I'm going to do is show you guys what to do and how to go, where to go next and what activities you should be doing and how the level up, how the power up of your character works and everything else. So let's get into it. So when you first start, you are in orbit, which then prompts you to press the select button, and then you go into destinations. On destinations, you can see all the destinations that we have on Destiny 2 as of today, at the end of season 10, 28th of May. So we got the Vanguard. These are the strikes. We got strikes here. We got nightfalls. Also, we have Gambit, which is the normal traditional Gambit. This is Gambit Prime. And then we have the Crucible playlist, which is the PvE playlist. PvP playlist, which is Control, and the competitive playlist as well. Also, you got the Earth, Mars, Titan, Io, Mercury, and then we got the Moon, and then Tangled Shore, Dreaming City, and Nessus. And this is the tower. Okay, so this is the tower. This is your main place. This is where I am right now. This is like your house. Okay, so this is the tower. What's happening in the tower? Okay, so first thing first, what I would recommend you to go is visit every single vendor. Okay, so this here, right here, this is the postmaster. If you are collecting any stuff, like for example, if you miss out on a blue engram or a yellow engram or a purple engram, it will come to your postmaster. If you don't pick it up, don't worry, because it will come to your postmaster. You can open your postmaster and it will be here. Okay, so if you're missing on anything, don't worry, everything goes to your postmaster. Then this is Test Everest. This is the Everest store. Everest store is basically the microtransaction of Destiny. Okay, so here you can purchase silver. Right here, as you can see, silver, I got 0, but you can buy silver with real money. Okay, so the bright dust is if you dismantle anything with, like for example, if you do some bounties or stuff like that, which will go into a bit later on. Basically, when you dismantle that, or when you finish some bounties, basically will give you bright dust. Bright dust, you can purchase some stuff. There is some weekly stuff, which, by the way, this I'm going to purchase it because it looks beautiful. Then you got a few, emotes you can purchase. You can purchase, skins for exotic weapons and stuff like that. I love this one, so let's purchase it as well. So basically, and then this is the silver. You can purchase those with real money. Then you got the seasonal stuff, which is basically, shaders or a bunch of bright dust or a bunch of different stuff. You can purchase as well skins, different skins. Well, what you would call skins, but you have a bunch of skins for weapons and for your character and stuff like that. Then you got the bright dust store, which you got a few other things, which is the Spice of Blindness. I'm gonna get into as well. You got finishes. You can purchase finishes as well. These are all purchased with bright dust. So then you can purchase even sparrows, ghosts and stuff like that. So let's get into the next thing.
Don't get too distracted.
So basically that store is the microtransaction store. In here you got, this is Mr. Zavala. This is what we call the Blue Smurf. This is Zavala. This is the Commander Zavala, the Vanguard, one of the Vanguard commanders. Basically, this is the Titan one. Okay, so basically you got a bunch of bounties. These two are the weekly bounties, and these are the daily bounties, and these bounties are purchased with Glimmer, like the higher Glimmer, and they instead of giving you like these ones give you XP and Vanguard tokens, which can be redeemed. Vanguard tokens can be redeemed here, and they will give you gear. Okay, so they give you an engram, and you can redeem it for gear and shaders. These ones here, they're more expensive on Glimmer, but they give you bright dust instead, which is, you know, it works towards the actual store. So you can purchase like emotes, and you can purchase, you know, skins for your weapons or your character. So that is Mr. Zavala. This is the strikes guy. Okay, so if you pick up these bounties from Mr. Zavala, those bounties that we're picking up here, they work for this specific mode here. Okay, Vanguard strikes. These are the classic. If you don't have the new expansions, the daily story missions, this is the Vanguard strikes, and these are the nightfalls. So it will work for this. Okay, so these bounties will work for this activity right here where it says Vanguard. Okay, so those are the strikes, and then we move on to the next person. The next person you have to talk to would be Mr. Lord Shax, which is the Crucible Quartermaster. Okay, so this is the Son of the Titan. So basically, you pick up all the bounties, exactly the same thing as before. This will give you Valor points and Crucible tokens, which can be redeemed in here, and you will get stuff from the Crucible. And in here, you got Bright Dust. Basically the same thing. It will give you those bounties at the end. You have a limit, by the way, every single week, every single day, sorry. Then we have, you pick up all of them and you can redeem them, and then you get extra XP and bright dust for you to purchase stuff. So this little guy here, well, little guy, this is a big guy, Lord Shax, the Crucible Handler, will give you the bounties for this activity right here. This is the Crucible. You go into the Crucible, and then you got the control playlist. You got the, you know, this is the like the casual playlist, and then you got the competitive playlist, which basically will give you a different type of gear. You got bounties for it, and you got a bunch of other stuff. Okay, so you got different types of, you know, you got private matches, you got rumble, control, which is like domination, flag style. Then you got elimination. This is the competitive one. And then you got survival as well. So you got a bunch of like different things that you could be. Sorry, this is not the elimination is not competitive. This is the competitive one, the one on the right. So basically, you know, this will give you a bunch of gears. If you see there at the bottom, it says challenges, weekly complete Crucible matches in any Crucible core playlist. So if you finish 4 games on any of these ones, you will get a pinnacle gear as a reward. Okay, so same thing as we said before. If you go into the Vanguard, if you hover over it, it will say complete strikes to using the same subclass element and the currently active elemental burn. To find out what the elemental burn is, you just click on it, and it says here Void, Singe, Blackout, and Grenadier. These are the modifiers of the strikes. So basically, the damage modifier is Void, Singe. So your subclass, which is over here, should be Void, and then you can go and do the strikes, and when you finish the 3 strikes, you will get a reward. Why are you talking to these guys? So let me show you 1 second. You're talking to these guys and you're picking up bounties from them, because when you hand in the bounties, you see the weekly bounties, it will say 0 out of 8. So every single time you complete a bounty, you work towards the weekly bounties. When you finish all 8 bounties before reset, because reset is from Tuesday to Tuesday, I believe it's at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. standard Eastern time, 6 p.m. UK time, I believe it is. You basically have to complete 1 week. You have to complete 8 bounties, and you have 1 week to complete the bounties in here as well. Same as for bounty 44, which is the Gun Master, which I will show you in a second. Same for your clan. If you join a clan, every single time you do an activity, this will work towards your clan next pick. And also the Gambit guy, which we'll talk to him in a second. So basically, when you finish the 8 bounties, you will get a reward. When you finish your 3 strikes, you will get a reward. When you finish your 4 crucible games, PvP games, you will get a reward. So basically, everything you do will get you a reward. Just make sure you pick up the bounties always. Pick up the bounties and read what it says, okay? Same thing again. You pick up bounties, and then you can exchange the gunsmith materials. So it's exactly the same thing. This is the material exchange. You can purchase materials. These cubes here, the upgrade modules, work for upgrading your gear, which will go into in the future. Basically, pick up your bounties, finish your strikes, finish your stuff. If you don't know how was your progress, you just go into your map. As I said, press on the select menu. You come here, you can see how many bounties you hand in, and you can check your progress on every single one of them. Then you come into this way. If you come this way, then you go towards this side. This is the bazaar on this side. Basically, on the bazaar, you're gonna have this woman here is Horario. She doesn't have any bounties because she is a seasonal bounty giver. So it depends on the season, you will have bounties with her or not. Okay, so this is Horario. This is the Warlock Vanguard. And then in here we go Suraya Hawthorne. Basically, Suraya Hawthorne will give you bounties for your clan. If you belong to a clan, she will give you bounties. And if you complete the stuff with your clan, you will get rewards every single week. For free, completely free. So always, always, always try to find a clan. Join a clan that plays on your time. You know, wherever you're from. If you're from EST or PST or UK time, try to find a clan that plays in your time so you can play with them and complete bounties and complete, you know, different activities. Then we come this way, and if we come this way, we're going to have to talk to Mr. Drifter. So Mr. Drifter is right here. So basically, you talk to him. This is the Gambit guy, okay? So same thing. This is the Gambit Prime, and this is the normal Gambit. You pick up your bounties, you pick up all your stuff, and these bounties work towards these at the bottom here. This little thing where it says Gambit. This is the Gambit Prime, which is like the more competitive mode, and this is normal Gambit, the classic Gambit, what we call classic Gambit, because this is the one that came at the start, and it's just basically, you know, the one that is just like a normal version of Gambit. Then we go on to let's go same thing with same thing of before. You got Gambit, and when you complete 3 Gambit games, you see 3 Gambit matches, that's it, that will give you another pinnacle reward. So always, you know, try to look when you go hovering over, just try to look what you have to be doing. Just read it. Weekly complete crucible matches, quite self-explanatory. And here, this is what could be the most confusing one, because you have to be equipping as your subclass the same elemental burn. And here you have your map. This is your map. If you are on a different activity or a different place, it will show a different map. In here, you got the bounties. Here you can see all your bounties, which you can hand in. These are the quests. These are basically like the different seasons quests, like the story quest. And you can see the store also from your menu. If we hover over to the other side, you have your roster, which is basically your friends and your clan. And then you can go onto your seasons, and you can see what's your progress towards your season. So every season, you if you purchase the season, or if you don't purchase the season, you go over this top line. And if you purchase the season pass, you get the rewards from this line and from that line. So both lines. The bottom one is the season pass. Okay. Basically, you get rewards every single thing, every single step of the way. Even though if you don't purchase the season pass, you get a lot of, you know, you get a bunch of rewards. And yeah, you don't have to purchase the season pass, but it's always nice to purchase the season pass because you can get a bunch of stuff. Also, let's go and hover of the start menu. Start menu, you bring up your character. This is your little character. Then you have the helmet, the gauntlets, the chest armor, your leg armor, and your cloak. This is your cloak. I mean, depends on your character. There's 3 different characters. There is Titan, Warlock, and Hunter. This is the Hunter. Hunter is like the squishy guy, like the little guy, which is the fastest one. It could be the fastest. You can fully customize it later on, which I'm going to show you in a second. But basically, Hunter is like kind of like, you know, the fast guy. Then the Warlock is kind of like the slowest guy, but it's like the more he's got the more health and the survivability. And then you have the Titan, which the Titan is kind of like the middle ground between fast and the survivability. Basically, the Titan will be, in my opinion, will be one of the best choices for someone that is just starting on Destiny. But either way, you're going to enjoy every single one of the subclasses. Then you have every single one of the Titan, the classes. Excuse me, it's not a class. This is the subclass. Then we have these different subclasses. This is the Void, the purple one. This is Arc. This is the blue one, and this is Solar. So each one of the subclass will have. This is the grenades. This is the special ability of each subclass. For example, on the Hunter is dodge. This is the jump. How do you want the jumping? You have got triple jump. You can have a straight jump or high jump. Then you have, this is the subclass. This is basically, this is the way of the 1,000 cuts. This basically will throw a lot of knives. And if I choose this one, I will have the way of the Olo, which is going to be shooting with a golden gun. If you choose this one, this is also a golden gun, but it's a different golden gun, which only shoots 3 shots. You can read every single one of the things and we'll explain exactly how everything works. So basically, I do recommend to, to read towards them. You will have to unlock them. Once you unlock them, you can use every single ability on your subclass. Also, there is your equipment. This is the primary weapons. If you don't like the stats or the stats weapon, or it's lower than what you have already, you can press X and you dismantle it, and it will give you over here, as you can see, it will give you your materials. Then your weapons. This is the primary, this is the special, and this is the heavy. What do you do with each one of them? So basically what you have to do is equip those, always try to equip what you have the highest power. As you can see, 1008, this is 1010, this is 1003. So try to equip the highest. If you don't like, I mean, always you can equip the highest, but if you have something else that you like and you're enjoying, you can equip that thing as long as this weapon is not being dismantled, and as long as this weapon is always in your inventory in your character. It doesn't matter, because you will get the rewards, because the rewards are going to be always basically looking at your power. The rewards look at your power, and they will try to give you higher power stuff. So that's how it's gonna work. As long as your highest stuff is in your character, doesn't matter if you have it equipped or not. When you get the rewards, it will look for your higher stuff, and it will give you rewards that are higher than that. Then same thing for this. So basically, you see this little thing that says special. This will use a special ammo, which is a bit more rare. This is primary ammo, which is the most common one. This is a little bit rare one, and the heavy one is the rarest one. This is the one that's more difficult to come across. So these weapons deal a ton of damage. They are really powerful weapons, but the heavy ammo you will come across like eventually. I mean, it comes across quite often, but not as often as primary and special. So I would say this is the easiest one to come across, this is the second easiest, and this is the hardest one to come across. Then, as always, weapons, equip what you like, but always have your highest or around your character. Always have your highest, because you want those powerful rewards to be higher than what your character is already. This is the main, this is your character's power. This is how high you can you know, as high as you are right now. Basically, this is basically what counts towards the activities. The higher power you are, the easier it's going to be for you to kill the enemies. Same thing goes for the gear. If you like some piece of gear that this one looks better, equip that one, but make sure that your highest one, like this one, is always on your character. Make sure it's always there, because then when you get the rewards, it will inspect your character and it will see you have this one already, and it will try to give you a better than that one. Then we go into, if you press down, you got your sparrow here. You got different sparrows. You can change your sparrows, that doesn't matter. And your shape, you can change your shape as you like. Then you have emotes here, finishers. You can, you know, favorite finishers, and you can have like a random finisher. And your emblem. Your emblem will change what up here looks like. Just basically, you can change it as you would like. Emotes, you can select emotes. You have 4 different emotes over here, so you can basically select whatever emote you want on each one of the sites. And that's about it for the main character. And then we're going to go in depth with the actual weapons. So now if we go into the weapons, we press Y on the weapon. Let's go and inspect this one. So if we press Y, you see your weapons have like different abilities. So basically these abilities will change the stats over here. So if you select a different thing, that will change the stats over there. And then you have the stats here. It will tell you that, for example, this one is Feeding Frenzy, which is basically every single kill with this weapon will speed up the reload speed for a short time. Swashbuckler, this weapon will gain increased damage from melee kills or kills with this weapon. Then we have the kills. If you level up this weapon, then you will be able to track your kills on Crucible or track your kills on the Vanguard. Then in here you got a weapon mod, so you basically can change your weapon mods. Each mod will be different. This one will be counterbalance, which will reduce the recoil. This one will deal more damage against, you know, bosses. This one will do more accuracy and radius speed when fired from the hip. So basically each one of the stats, each one of the mods will give you a different stats. You just have to look over it and see what you like, see what you prefer, so you can fully customize it. Then here, this is the tier. So basically what's gonna do, it's gonna give you a different mod. This is like an extra mod, so if you increase it, it will increase some mods. So basically this one is going to increase range. If we click it, the range over here has a slightly being increased. And in here, the weapon mods, this is the infuse. Okay, so if you click in here, so basically if you have something that is over 1010, which is the power of this weapon, you have to press X and you will see the upgrade module. This is the cost of upgrading this weapon. If you hover over, then basically, let's say, let's change the weapon. If we have, let's say this one is 1003, you press Y. If you hover over it, you see, you can dismantle it for infusion. Okay, so you can dismantle this weapon for infusion. So you press X and you would infuse that weapon. Another thing that I would recommend you always, if you like a weapon, if you really like a weapon, you see this little thing? If you press on the right thumbstick, you will lock it. If you press again, you will unlock it. Okay, so if you don't want to make any mistakes and you really like this weapon, press on the right thumbstick, boom, there you go, it's locked. This weapon will never be dismantled and will never be infused into another weapon. Always make sure that if you like a weapon, lock it and it will always stay there. Then we move on to the character. We go into the character, then we go to the gear. The gear of your character is exactly the same thing. You can upgrade this, the masterwork. If you upgrade it, basically it's going to give you more points to use as the system here. You got the recovery system, you got mods. So basically this is giving you a mod. So you have to read through them and see what each one of the things do. You know, this one will increase your targeting with your hand cannon. or you're targeting with, you know, auto rifles or sniper rifles, you have to fully customize it. Okay. Same thing here with every single piece of gear. You can change all the stats. The more you increase that, the more points you have. So basically I have 10 points. I have to find 10 points between all 4 mods. You can use 10 points between the first 2 mods, or 1, 2, and 3, whatever you prefer. If you want to change the look of your gear, there's also another option. If you press down on the D-pad, there you go. You have a different, you can change a shader. You press Y and you can preview the shaders. You can change the color of your shader, of how the gear looks like. And if you go onto here, you can make it look like a different piece of armor. This is like the transmogrification. There's a transmogrification or something like that on World of Warcraft. So basically it's gonna change the look of your gear. It's gonna make it look like different. So if you acquire them, once you have acquired these pieces of gear, these will stay here forever, and you can change the look of your gear anytime you want. Other than that, that's all for everything. Yeah, I would say that's gonna be everything on your character and the base. If you want to look at other activities, these are like more difficult activities where you don't have matchmaking and you will need to have a fire team for it. You have raids. It requires 6 people, and it's not matchmaking. You always have to go with a team, unless you go here, which is the guide. The games will take forever, sometimes even half an hour to search for a team, which is very sad. But I always recommend to join a clan that plays in your time, you know, in your time zone, and just basically do all the activities with them. Basically, this is raids. So basically, you can see you need 6 members, and you have normal and prestige mode as well, which are more difficult. Then you have like these are like 4 raids in here. Then there are more raids. For example, there is another one in Earth. There is one over here. So these are more difficult ones. And then you have another activity which is on the moon, which is also a dungeon. This is another raid. This is the Garden of Salvation. This is the latest one. And then you have raid dungeons. The little dungeons are basically little raids. These are 6 people activity. This is 3 people activity. So you have the 3 people activity. Is a raid-like activity, very similar. It's got like you know, mechanics and stuff like that. It's not only shooting bodies. So basically, you need 3 people. There is no matchmaking here, and you need 3 people to do that activity. Then every single little thing that has this little blue symbol, you can hover over it, and it will tell you what you have to do to complete and get a reward. Okay, so if you finish 3 nightmare hunts, you will get a reward. And if you finish 4 bounties, you will get a reward. 30 nightmares defeated, you will get a reward. So basically, just read it and you will basically find out exactly what you have to do. So you know where to pick up the bounties and what bounties you have to pick up, and you know where the activities are. And this is going to be it for this video. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, just let me know always. And you can also find me on Mixer. I stream every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday on Mixer, mixer.com/LordValGaming. We would love to see you there. If you have any questions, just hover over, you know, ask any questions, and I will be more than glad to explain them to you. Also, if you like this video, thumbs up and comment if you like it, and I hope to see you guys soon. And until next time, as always, bye bye.